Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be eating some Taco Bell. And they are making these things smaller. Either my appetite's getting bigger or they're making these things smaller because I don't remember these tacos being this small. But they're doing their little cost-cutting stuff with all the inflation going on, I guess. I ordered some taco party pack, supreme, hard shell beef, and some chalupas. Are these the chalupas? I ordered some chalupas. I love the chalupas. I love them so much. So anyways, Taco Bell is a stock. Taco Bell is owned. What is going on over there? Some stuff's falling from my table. Doesn't matter. Taco Bell is owned by a company called Yum Brands. Ticker symbol YUM. As you can see on my screen here. Let me take a bite out of this. And they forgot my hot sauce. I had to get some that I have in my fridge. Hopefully they're not expired. There's a theme on this channel which everything is expired in my fridge. I don't know why that's happening, but I don't know. We'll try to fix that when we can. Anyways, Yum Brands. They own Taco Bell. What else do they own? Let's take a look here. They also own Yum Brands, owns KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Habit Burger Grill. I've never had Habit Burger. I don't even know if they have one around here. All right, so it's the weekend, market's closed, but Friday, it did close at a price of $141.66. Look at my phone. This chart here won't tell you. The app tells you a lot more information about the stock, so I'll be referring to the app as well. I won't screenshot the app, but I will quote it here. I don't know if you guys can see the app, the Yahoo Finance app. So anyways, so Friday, stock was up slightly, 0.44%. I like to go longer term. Year to date, Yum Brands had a decent, well, that's for the day. They look to be up. So let's go to the year to date. On the app, it says here that Yum Brands is up 8%, 8.42%. They're up $11 for the year. So that's all the way from January 1st to May 17th. Right off the bat, I want to just say that I'm not endorsing Yum Brands stock or anything. I'm not telling you to buy it or anything like that. Just a guy who loves to eat food, and I also love the stock market, so that's it. Never get your financial advice from a guy eating food on the YouTube channel. That's my disclaimer. So anyways, for the year, they're up 8%. If you would have put your money on January 1st into Yum Brands, you'd be up 8%, right? What can we compare that? What does that mean? Compare it to bond yields currently 5%, then you'd be making more than the current bond yields. Now, bonds are less volatile, in theory. Well, in theory, they are less volatile, but stocks are more volatile, obviously. So you'd have a lot more a rockier, bumpier ride, as you can see on the chart. Let's zoom out a little bit more. 5-year Yum Brands. If you would have started investing in this in 2019, you would be up 39%. That's pretty good. So 5 years ago, this stock was worth around $100, and it's worth $141.66 as of May 17th. 39% is a great return. You also got to remember what happened during those 5 years. We had a turbulent election, 2020. We had a coronavirus pandemic that closed all restaurants, so everyone had a staffing problem, including Yum Brands probably. Then we had massive money printed, given to everyone, and that caused inflation in the economy. It's one of the things that caused massive inflation in the economy. So prices started going up, and because prices started going up, people started cutting back. The cost of ingredients to make these, to manufacture these food. I don't want to call it food because this is not food. This is like some kind of Frankenstein monstrosity of a product that they call food. Anyways, that's besides the point. So the cost of the ingredients to make this stuff went up. So what did they do? They made the portion sizes smaller. So that's why we get little itty bitty tacos like this. Although to me they're smaller. I don't know about you guys, but I guess I'm just fatter. I also got fatter during the last 5 years. Anyways, yeah, last 5 years, this thing's up 39%. Does Yum Brands pay a dividend? They pay a dividend, 1.89%, which means you would have got the growth. Your price for your money would have gone up, but then you'd also get dividend payments along the way, which is nice. It's a nice little bonus to have. When you think of stocks, you think, oh, well, what if the company goes out of business, right? I lose all my money. With a stock like Yum Brands, is it likely that they're going to go out of business? I would say no, probably not. Can any of the brands in its company go out of business? You know how it owns KFC, Pizza Hut. It owns Taco Bell. Can any of those companies go out of business? Yes, in theory they can. Is it likely that they would? I don't think so. I mean, regardless of how you feel about Taco Bell, whether it's real food or you hate it or it's disgusting or anything like that, they're making money. They got consistent customers that buy the products. So I don't think they would go out of business. But how long has Taco Bell even been around? 30 years, 40 years, longer, probably. They've weathered all kinds of inflationary periods and things like that. So they didn't put sour cream in these, did they?
Yeah.
They did? Nah. Not on mine.
Yeah.
So on your pack they did. Oh my god. And on mine they didn't. Thank you. I tell you, man. They don't listen. We told them we wanted. They named these things Fire and Diablo and Hell and whatever they name it. I don't know how to order these things. I just give me hot sauce. I don't know what kind. The hot one. I don't know. I think they even have one called Hot, right?
Yeah.
They have one called Hot. But if you want something hotter, you ask for Fire or Diablo or whatever. And I asked for it. What is this?
I'm not eating it anymore.
Diablo. And it says Sorry Mom on it. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. This stupid camera doesn't want to focus. But now, why does it say Sorry Mom? Are you gonna blow up Mom's toilet after? I guess. Anyways, likelihood of Taco Bell going out of business, I would say very low. I'm not telling you to buy Yum Brands, the stock. I don't endorse any brand on this channel, any stock or anything like that. That's delicious. I'm just a guy who loves stocks and I love food. They loaded this chalupa. I think inflation's coming down because they put extra stuff in this one. I remember going to Taco Bell like a year ago. We're in the middle of the high inflation period, and these things were a lot smaller, in my opinion. I think they're starting to, inflation's coming down is what I'm trying to say. But, I don't know. So, Yum Brands pays a dividend. What kind of PE ratio? 25.12. What does that mean for restaurants? I don't know. I gotta look that up. I don't know everything about the stock market. I gotta see what is a normal average. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are the dogs moving around like that so much?
I was kicking the toy.
Oh, right in the middle of my stock video. So, beta. So anyways, PE ratio. I gotta look up the PE ratio, the average PE ratio for the restaurant industry and compare it like that. As far as beta is concerned, beta measures how risky a stock is compared to the S&P 500. A beta of 1 means that it is the stock is as risky as the stock market, as measured by the S&P 500. Beta lower than 1 means it's less risky than the S&P 500. A beta more than 1 means it's more risky than the S&P 500. Taco Bell has a beta of 1.07 at this time. That can always change. So that means that right now, at this time, Yum Brands is slightly riskier than putting all your money in the S&P 500. Wow, this is really hitting the spot right now. Now, would it be better to put your money into one company like Yum Brands or the S&P 500? I'd always opt for being more diversified. So I would say put your money in the S&P 500. If those were your two choices, I would always say put your money in the S&P 500 because you're investing in 500 of the largest companies in the United States. Which, let's take a look at what the S&P 500 is doing, or what it did on Friday, May 17th. One of the products that allows you to invest in the S&P 500 is called an ETF, an exchange traded fund. It's a type of investment. It's like a basket that holds a bunch of companies. This one holds 500 of the largest stocks in the United States, the S&P 500. Ticker symbol VOO, or you can just call it the VOO. And it's provided by Vanguard. Friday, price was $486.69. And it was up very slightly. Sorry, I had to burp. This is an eating video after all. So the primary focus here is to eat because I'm hungry. But let's take a look at what the VOO has done lately. So let me pull it up on my app because my app gives the percentages and stuff. Bear with me a second, guys. So, VOO, the VOO, the S&P 500. So, year to date, let's pull up the year to date chart. It looks like it's going up. That's good. You always want it to be green. For the year, the S&P 500, the VOO, is up 11.42%. That's good. Compare that to those bond yields you're trying to get into, which are like at 5% right now. Which I will say, it's not a either or question of what's better, bonds versus stocks. It's a matter of what your goals are for your money. So, say you have your money set aside to buy a house in a year. Would it be better to put your money in the S&P 500 or to put it in a bond that matures in 1 year for 5% interest? It's going to be better to put it in the bond because it's going to be less volatile, so you're going to get less of those up and down wiggles of the stock market. And putting your money into stocks should be something you do for very long periods of time, not for a short period of time. Like if you got money you're going to use to buy a house, or you're going to buy a car in 6 months, or emergency money, 3 months of emergency cash that you have on the side, don't put that in stocks. That's one of the most dumbest things that anybody can do. Did I finish all the chalupas? Can you give me another chalupa? Eating chalupas on a Sunday versus, going to the gym and working out for an hour, also one of the dumbest things you can do for your health. But this is not a health channel. This is a eating food channel. So we're gonna eat regardless. But So don't put money you need anytime soon into stocks. That's just very dumb. The market can fall 5, 10, 20% in a very short time span. Like the few weeks from February to March in 2020 when coronavirus hit the United States, the stock, sorry about that, I'm really sorry. The stock market went down like 30%. You know, if you had your emergency money in stocks, it was not looking good for you. Anyways, year to date, the S&P 500 is up 11.42%. Zoom out for 1 year, and it is up 27%. That's pretty good. Let's go to the 5-year mark, and it's up, according to this, 85.3%. So if you would have put your money 5 years ago into the VOO, the S&P 500 ETF, your money would gain 85%. That absolutely annihilates any kind of bonds or CDs or I have a money market fund that's paying 6%, whatever. Do that for your short-term money, right? Money markets, CDs, for your emergency cash. Do it for that, but don't do it for the money that, you know, you're like 20 years old right now and you're gonna retire, you know, at the age of 40. You got 20 years to go. Don't put that money into money markets and CDs. You're gonna lose long term. This is really good. So, anyways, have anything else to add besides me eating this food? I don't think so. I'm probably gonna finish this off camera, this meal. But I do thank you guys for joining me today as we analyze a stock, a food. We eat food and we analyze the stock of that food. Today was just Yum Brands. So Yum Brands, just to recap, Yum Brands, the company owns Taco Bell. They own Pizza Hut, KFC, and Habit Burger. If you guys know where Habit Burger is, or is there one around where you guys live, leave a comment if you've ever had Habit Burger. I've never had it. I've never seen one in my life, but I'd try it just because it doesn't really fit in with the rest of them. I've never heard of Habit Burger, but anyways, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna finish this off camera, and we'll see you in the next one.